There you go. Welcome everybody. It is 7 p.m. I am recording this offline educational, well, online because you're all here with me, aren't you? But it is a requested session and I did things in the right order this time. I muted everybody before starting the recording. So welcome anyway. A requested session, a tour of Think Trader charts. And hi Rosa, hi Peter, Sakthi, hello to you. I think it's a good idea and an opportunity to promote this charting software. The reason for promoting it isn't some fancy kickback scheme. You all know I am generally against those, but because the fact remains that this is one of the only that I know of few remaining free charting package, as in you don't need to have an account with them to have the charting package with them. And I might add it's one without limit or restriction on the use of licenses or indicators. That means you can install this Think Trader onto your smartphone, onto your desktop, your laptop, your second laptop, your second desktop. You can install it as many times as you like. So there's no restrictions there. You can also load as many indicators as you please, all of them free of charge. Now I know some, particularly TradingView, you can see the TradingView icon down the bottom there, but TradingView you have to pay. It answers, I need to know how to get the app installed on the laptop. It's the same way as you did it on the desktop, and you simply go to their website and follow the links. There's not many, if any, others offering that kind of thing. I mean, the number of indicators available. So I'm going to run through a bit of a tour of it. Add indicator, and you can see there is a massive list. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, blah, 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 all the way down. And there is no limit. You could put 200 indicators on screen if that was what was available. On TradingView, for instance, you're allowed 5. So what can we do with a tour? Well, we can start at the bottom and work across. We can say over here, if we add an indicator, and let's just that's not an indicator, sorry, add an indicator, and let's just, for argument's sake, we'll put an exponential moving average on there. There it is, an exponential moving average. I'm not going to worry about the value, but you see over here now, we start getting, we can make it visible or invisible. We can look at the settings of it, or we can press X and that will completely delete it. If I use this what's it called, crosshairs indicator, I can click, drag and drop, but it gives the details of the EMA when I do that. 5 not free, I need 5 not for free version, says Rosa. Don't know what you mean there, Rosa, but anyway, look, you can run that, and the first number you see on the left is the number of bars, the second number is the number of pips, and the third number is the what you call it, the right, the value according to the right TradingView. You can unmute, and yeah, of course.
Hi, I know I'm going to drive you mad with this, but I need to say before I come off, it's that thing of when you need to know something and you leave at the end and you go, I still don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was driving me mad the other day is I've got Think Trader. I can put it on the laptop, not a problem.
Yeah.
But the version that comes up, the web version for the laptop, doesn't give me the same indicators as the app version.
I've got you.
Now,
so it's not downloaded onto your machine then, in other words?
No, I've got the app version, no problem at all on the iPad, but I just can't seem to. So could you later on maybe send me the link or put the link in of the web address or whatever, you know how you did it?
I know what you mean, and yeah, I'll send you that link. I've got it handy.
Thank you very much.
No worries. Okay, next thing across is this other sort of bar counter, but this one we can fix or move. You see, we can move the left and the right hand section of it, or move the whole thing together, and it gives you the number of bars it covers and the number of pips it covers in there as well. It goes red when it's live. The bar chart here You can choose candlesticks, you can choose bar chart, line chart, Heikin-Ashi. You can select from a range of things, Renko bars, you can select from a range, and you can change the settings within each, as in, you know, the width, the time, and what have you. It's pretty much the same on the app, Brett. So you go into your app on the phone and you'll find the indicator icon, you'll find the settings icons. It's all pretty much the same. We've got time frames here, 1 minute, 2 minute, 3, 5, 10, up to a month. Everything is available there that you could possibly need. Prices, bid, ask, and average. I was set on the bid and let's go on a daily. Here, where it names the icon, we can search for something. So we could search for Amazon, for instance, or, you know, anything you like, whatever it is you're looking for. Or of course you can click over here for the drop down menus for the Dow, the NAS, the SP500. All of your favorites can be placed in there. And to do that, simply click the add button, suggest or highlight what it is you're looking for, and there you can tell it to select like Doge.Ethereum, whatever it is you want. You highlight it, and once you're happy that they're all in there, you go and click OK. You can shut that down then, because we're more interested in the chart once we've got our chosen market on there. If you do use them for trading, you open up the bottom part of the screen and there it is, all available, all free. Rosa says, show them alerts. Yeah, I'm going to organize that for you. That's in my list, Rosa, don't you worry. Is there a way to paste in the templates like you can a lot? That's also in my list, Brett, don't worry, I'm getting to that. Okay, so there's the features, and I always say in my lesson 1, please click things and, you know, click on the tools and see what's available. Drawing tools, patterns, Fibonacci. You all know I like my fib, so it's right there in the recent tools, and we can run a fib right there and it'll tell you where all the targets are and the rest. Yeah, I know, Brett, I read what you said. I mean on a phone. Yeah, it's the same. If you download the app on your phone, then you get the same icons. Okay, then you see this magnet. This is if you do put a drawing on there, for instance the fib, it will now click or lock onto the nearest. If I click randomly over here, you see it goes to the nearest bar. And that's it. It's a lock icon, the magnet, so it will lock to the nearest bar, and I can only drag it if I switch that off. Visible, invisible, same as up the top pretty much. And then you can sort things, you can tell it what's on the screen or ask it what's on the screen. This is your Windows icon, as in the chart schemes. We've got one on there, but we could have two. We could have 2 horizontal, 2 vertical, 3 vertical. These are our options, and I'll just randomly pick one here and show you that, yeah, the others all appear. Always you get a brand new euro dollar 1 hour chart when you ask it for a new window. That's what you get, but then you edit it. And if we do have 2 windows, we see this linking icon or this chain looking thing, you see the way they're unlocked. If we lock them and then click back on that linking item, then when we click on a market, both windows change to the DAX, the NAS, the dollar index, the CAC 40, back to the NAS because the Dow, because the Dow is what I was examining with you. And I can go back to a single, so long as the window, you see the way it's light blue around the outside, this is the window that's highlighted. So I need to highlight by clicking on the chart and then tell it I just want the one window again, please. I've forgotten what you do. Oh, templates. Yeah, there you go. That's this is what you're looking for. Templates. You can see I've got a list of them there. The other way of getting into them is you right click on the chart and say load templates, and you can see a full on list here of all the templates I've got built. They're not all in use, as you know, but trading has been in our group an evolution. Now the difference here for everybody, you need to know this, is we're in like MT4 and MT5. I can send you an individual template. We can't do that with Think Trader, and this is an answer for you, Mary, if you're watching. We go into my my folder, my trading folder, and here in other, is one I have prepared earlier. This template store data v.1.0.5.7. This is the templates file last updated on the 10th of February 2025. So that's a long time ago. So that file uploads and replaces absolutely everything that I've got here. All of them. So if you've saved one, let's say you've created something called Mary or Judy or Brett or Bob or whatever it is you've created, and it's the one you want, you need to have that open on screen and resave it when you save these files in. And I will run through the process because obviously that file was dated 2025 and I've created the BRB since then and I wouldn't mind bringing it back. But load template, highlight one and load it, and there you go. Yes, it asks you if you're sure, and now you've got your BRB. The good thing about this is you can mess with this. Look, I can delete a few, and I'll just delete a few random ones there, and then you think, oh no, I've broken it. What am I to do? Well, you simply don't save it, you reload it, and you haven't lost it. It's like an Excel spreadsheet. You will only lose it if you delete things and then save over. That will be a problem. You can go zigzaggy line, remove all, and end up with nothing on screen. You can put any template you like in there. If you go into settings here, max bars, if you haven't got a very powerful PC, I normally recommend about 4,000 is plenty, but obviously I've gone with the max. 20,000 bars. If we looked at a 1 minute chart for, what is it? No, look at a day chart, and 4,000 bars is 10 years. So think about that in terms of the time that you're looking at. And then these settings up here, local time zone, or do you want Greenwich or New York? I like local, but then I'm in sort of the London time zone. You can tell it all the things you want, the trading buttons, the trade indicator value. Now we've no indicators on there, so I'll take that off for a moment, and the trading buttons because I don't use it. And I'll load that template again, load template, BRB, and then I'm going to zigzaggy line, show indicator last value, and then you'll see a list of values here with the appropriate color. And I like that. Anyway, you can see these have highlighted now as well. Sometimes when we're looking at, what are they called? Camarilla levels, that's quite useful. But bear in mind, you can't break this. Chart toolbar, I like mine at the bottom, tab bar position at the top. It's yeah, that's the way I like it. But you can edit this to suit yourself. It's very, very user friendly, if you like, providing that is you've used it and had a look at it and played with it as per the lesson 1 homework, which is mess with your charting packages. But it is a case of that one template is all of them, or one file is all the templates. What I'm going to do is minimize this for the moment. In fact, what I really need to do is close it. I do need to close it if I'm loading into here, but I'm going to take a backup of it. So the backup is I go into my files. Where are my files? There they go. I go view, and I need to show hidden items. Now I go users, view, no, sorry, I don't. I go this PC, C, users. I'm admin on this machine, but you could be Bob, Eric, Janelle, you are who you are. I'm admin, and then I need, you see this app data? App data, look up here for the string, local. Another, Trade Interceptor desktop, it's down here. It used to be called Trade Interceptor, so it's nice that it's still that folder, you know. Into there, update it again, and then I'm looking for that file, the templates store data, so I can scroll down to TE, and there it is. You see, it was updated in August with that BRB, I think. Don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go copy, and then I'm going to find my E, trading, other, and that file there. I'll click anywhere here and go paste, replace it, yes please, and you'll see that date changes because it's updated. Now I've got the latest version. as a backup, and that's all I wanted. I've closed it down. I can reopen it now. You can see I've also got CTrader. I've got MT5. I've got a lot of MT5. I'm not a big fan of MT4 anymore, but it is what it is. That's right, Mary, it won't be unless you've updated. Mary's question is, when I go to load templates and look for BRB, it's not on the listing because you have to reload the templates. But again, remember, you lose what you had. Are you with me? If you had something that was important to you, you won't have once you reload your template. And you see, this isn't a template, but it knows that this is what I was looking at. If you want the latest templates, Mary, drop me an email and I will email that file that I've just created to you. And then it is, it's all of the templates right there. But it does overwrite, sorry, it's not that one. It does overwrite all of your other templates. And that means if you've got something built, it's gone then, But so long as BRB is in that list as at now, and we know it is, I just remind you, I created BRB for, what's the word? What is the word? Well, I created it that I could share it publicly, and, well, that's why it's there, shared publicly, you know what I mean? It's only available to you. Remove all. You could build the BRB and add it to your template. You could, and that's why I create the documents always. So if I go in here, that's a good way of doing it, everybody. You see there, BRB or BRB public. I put that on Baby Pip, so I'm going to open it right now. All of the settings are in there. Hopefully it's opening somewhere right now. It is. It's opened on another screen. I shall drag it in. There it is. There are all the settings for the BRB public version. And you can see I haven't bothered putting the TSI on there. The rules are down there. But I dropped this document already. And what it's helpful for, BRB, is range. Bollinger ribbon bands. The ribbon is helpful for the range. So I would, I'll send you the file, Mary, of course, but do have a look at this and just see if you want to add those onto your favorite template as is. What I might do is close it there. Open here, and in the chat right now I will drop BRB into the message and send it to everybody that's online right now. There you go. That's the Word document, Mary, if you want to download that and try it. Remember, it is part of the homework that will make you into a better trader. That's the reality. Scott says, I built it too, it wasn't difficult. Oh, you have it. Okay, thanks, Mary. Thanks to James' instructions. Brilliant. So once upon a long ago, a gentleman named Rory said, why doesn't James recommend brokers? And it's because I don't want IB fees. Why do I not want IB fees? Well, because if you lose, they still pay me. And I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's very fair. Some of us came from, or some of you lot joined me through another company in London who had a charge for their charting package or for the use of their charting package. And even when it was a third party, they got a kickback from your use of those charts. Think Trader or Trade Interceptor has always been free. And, you can't put a price on that. It's free. And that's what I mean. You can't put a price on the value of that. It's free for us all to use. And we've all used many of the indicators. If I just go zigzaggy line, add indicator, and type pivot points, that will give me my favorite, because once you set an indicator up, it keeps your favorites. You see Camarilla, but it also offers you classic, DeMark, Fibonacci, Woody. You can change the formulas. You can change the period. You can say fit in the chart or don't. Just let me see where you are, and let me spread out the chart or increase the time frame. You can individualize all of the colors and all of the line styles. You can see I like the dotted green, black writing on a white background for the text. I like that. That's just the way it suits me. Reds, whites in the middle. All of those things suit me. Similarly with the EMAs, if I raise the time frame on this now to a 15-minute, you'll see we're in the, or we have been all the way down in the S. I'll have to pull it up to see where the R, so R, support and resistance, but we've been up into the cell and we're stuck around the center of the day, you know. How do you minimize the TSI and MACD? It's the same way as anything else. What I'll do, I'll just add a MACD onto here, and there you go. How do you minimize a MACD? You add it, because so obviously, and then you see the way, I don't want to do that. So you see the way I'm dragging and dropping over here on the right for that. I can do the same here to decrease the indicator space, or I can actually grab, you see the way my arrow has, or my cursor has two arrowheads on it, I can drag and drop that like that. So I can minimize all of my lower screen indicators by simply drag and drop on that line right there. And sometimes when things do look, see the way there it looks all squashed up, I mean, we can do that to make sure it's maximized as much as possible there. But that's even, as always, I always suggest push buttons and click on things and find what it is that you want to know about. You can't break it. If I suddenly close it, boom, and it's gone, I reopen it, it will reopen on what I had open last. If that happens to be a broken version, okay, but I can, you know, reopen the version that isn't broken, always simply by right click, load template, and select the template that I chose or wanted on the screen. And again, if I didn't make the point, this is all available free. You see, I had Camarilla levels, now I had a MACD, right click, load template, and I might load the dynamic edge just for old time's sake, if you like. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Go on, load it. And there it is, the dynamic edge, the upgraded version, of course, with the range finder Bollingers and the TSI as well as the MACD. So we'll see divergence, we'll see rejection of the line as in the higher value EMA, and we'll see X, A, B, C, W patterns. We'll see everything that we need to know. There was a big spike on the Dow somewhere, wasn't there? Interesting, it comes off something that we use, that we know, and that we like, as well as a big round number right there. It's really not very difficult to get accustomed with these, with the use of this charting package. It isn't. It absolutely isn't. But it is if you don't do it. It's like you can pass your driving test. It means nothing if you don't practice. You can learn a new language. It means nothing if you don't practice. I've still got keyboards beside me here with Russian characters on them, but it's been a very, very long time since I spoke the language. Chinese, I've never written or read Chinese. It's been a very, very long time since I spoke the language, so I'm probably not very good at it anymore. My little girl told me today she was learning, or she's going to be learning French in school, and I thought, oh my word, I better brush up. It's been a very, very, very long time since I spoke any French, but obviously she's going to need help with her homework, and that's me, isn't it? So yeah, practice makes perfect, everybody, and with a free charting package. Est-ce que vous comprenez? Je ne parle français, says Janelle. Of course, me neither. I barely speak English, Janelle, let's face it, take it on the chin. With the accent I've got, I'm lucky that people understand me even at all. I do try and speak slowly, and I do try and focus on the words that I'm using because I know I'm difficult to understand. I remember being in a bar in some African country somewhere, speaking with a gentleman from London, and we were having a serious conversation. It was about Air Force stuff, I remember at the time. And a man beside us was looking intently, and he asked a Greek gentleman who was nearby, what language are they speaking? And he asked in he asked in better English than I was speaking. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. You know, I like bars as opposed to candles, but let me just run the difference for you. There's a candle. I want you to focus on that green bar there. It's a low test bar. The left tick is the open, the right tick is the closed. But if I go candle, you'll still see it's got a long tail, teeny tiny wick at the top, and then it's got an open and a close that are very, very nearby indeed. So if I go now back to a bar chart, you can see, let me have my little drawing tool there. That would be the body of the candle right there. And then we've still got an upper wick and a lower wick. It's the same. I just prefer bars personally, but you can have what you like. On an iPad, you double tap on the screen. That sounds right. But on my iPhone, we just tap on I still see those icons on my iPhone, and I can tap on them and install it there. That's the reality. So I've waffled on for about 25 minutes there. I think that'll make for a decent one on if you like, YouTube recording. It's all about, what's that? Do you have a British accent when you speak another language? I still have my Liverpool accent, Robert. That's the reality. And I get people laughing at me. I remember being in Russia and speaking Russian. I asked directions for some fella, and he started laughing, and he asked me in his language, he asked, "Odkuda, from where are you?" or "Where are you from?" And it took me a moment to register what he'd asked, because he didn't answer my question. And I told him Ilandia, but obviously that's just where I live. Now, thanks everybody. Please trade safe. We're back on in the morning, obviously, for the live stuff. Trade safe, and I look forward to seeing you on the next live session. Thanks everybody. Bye bye.